What is up, everyone? Barricade here and bringing guys a Gears of War 5 discussion video. I've actually been wanting to make a discussion video about this for a long time, but I don't know why the hell it took me so long. But today I'm going to be talking about the fact that we are going back to the New Hope facility and potentially Mount Kadar in Gears of War 5. If you notice in the trailer that we saw last year for Gears 5, we can see that Kait and Del are making their way to the New Hope facility, and they're actually at the very front door that Marcus Adam blew up in Gears of War 2. So it's actually really quite interesting that we can see a little bit of a flashback to an area that we haven't seen in so long, that we haven't seen since Gears of War 2. And in front of the entrance, we can see a new swarm enemy known as the Warden. So it's actually quite interesting that this character is literally blocking their path and preventing anyone or anything from getting in there. So it's actually quite interesting to kind of think about like why he's trying to do this. Obviously, maybe he knows that Kait is on the way. Maybe he just wants to make sure that no one messes with their history or their heritage. It's quite interesting to think about, and we'll find out more obviously once we play Gears of War 5. But I really want to know exactly what Kait will find by going there. Obviously, she's trying to figure out why she's having these type of nightmares and things like that while these premonitions come to her during sleep. And it's quite interesting to know what this will lead to. You know, I just really hope that we actually get some more information about the origin of the Locust. If you guys didn't know, the origin of Locust was pretty much established in the Gears of War Rise of Rom comics, which I'll go ahead and post some screenshots here real fast to just kind of give a little brief discussion about that. But before I actually go into the actual origin of Locust, one thing I just want to establish is the fact that the New Hope facility was actually created because of the fact that people were getting infected by rust lung and also getting very sick, very first stages of lambency. And the COG created the New Hope facility and disguised it as a depot, but in reality it was actually a place where Niall Sampson and his employees would experiment on these infected individuals. And the thing that was really kind of messed up about it is they kept this under wraps because they wanted to capitalize on emulsion, and they did not want anyone to know that emulsion had these type of effects. So they're holding these people against their will and experimenting on them to see what they could do to cure the lambency, cure the rust lung. But these said experiments that in fact did create these sires because they just kept getting more and more mutated. And the chairman at that time, his name was Chairman Monroe, realized what the experiments were doing and how bad the New Hope facility was, so he in fact shut down the New Hope facility. During this time, Niall Sampson, being a sick freak he was, really wanted to keep his children, as he called them, the people that he mutated and experimented on, and he kept them and took some of the sires to Mount Kadar. Later, it's established in the Rise of Rom comics that these sires were later incubated by the Hollow and eventually evolved into the very first Locust. So the Hollow pretty much acted as an incubator for these sires, these mutated people, and they eventually became the first Locust. So that's just one thing that I just really wanted to establish real quick while discussing this video, so you guys can know that. But now back to the Gears 5 discussion, with Kait coming back to said facility and now facing the Warden that is protecting these secrets, these information that he doesn't want anyone to know. So it's actually really interesting to see where the story goes from here, because I can't wait to actually go back to the New Hope facility. It hasn't, once again, been something we haven't been to since Gears of War 2. So seeing this area, this part of the story reconstructed for Gears of War 5 will be very interesting, and I'm really excited to see this part of the storyline. And I really want to know once again what Kait will find here, because we kind of got the origin of the Locust already with the comics. Maybe this game will establish that and make it fully shown in the game itself. Maybe we'll actually see like a really cool cutscene. We'll see the connection to the Locust and the swarm that Kait has. And the one thing I really hopeful that we get to see as well is maybe this will be pretty much a precursor for later on in the game, where maybe she will have to go into Mount Kadar and possibly go into the Nexus. So we can actually see the Queen's Palace and all that again. That'd be really interesting. I really would love to see the Queen's Palace again and see if maybe the Swarm have taken it over. Maybe the Queen's Palace is now basically a new like Swarm Hive or something like that. That would be really freaking amazing to see. The last thing that I want to talk about is what will be the fate of Kait when it comes to Gears 5 and the story going forward. So what if she goes there to the New Hope facility and she finds out that maybe the swarm will pursue her endlessly and she will no longer have control of herself? What if eventually she does turn against them? What if there's some type of thing, some type of connection with the swarm and the Locust that she has no control of? So that's the one thing that's kind of scary to think of, because if we notice in the Gears 5 trailer, JD's foreshadowing regarding that was kind of interesting, where he tells Dell, I know she would never be an enemy by choice, but what if it wasn't her choice? So that right there that's major foreshadowing right there, dude. There's no way that is not foreshadowing. So that right there kind of shows that maybe she will betray them. Maybe something will happen to her. She's already getting these crazy visions. She can't sleep at night. She's going crazy. What if something happens where they kind of just get into her head and she just can't control herself anymore and eventually becomes the new swarm queen? And maybe her going to the New Hope facility for whatever reason may be able to prevent that. Maybe she'll be able to find something there. Maybe she'll find some type of secret there that can prevent her from falling to the swarm. But it's kind of interesting because I wonder if she will end up becoming the enemy. Maybe this game will be pretty much a setup for that. Maybe at the end of Gears 5, she'll end up becoming the new Swarm Queen, and then in Gear 6, we have to kill her. So that's just the one thing that's kind of crazy. So I really do hope that doesn't come to that. I mean, her becoming the queen and stuff, that would be epic. But I do hope that they eventually are able to save her. Maybe they're able to knock her out of it. Maybe in Gear 6 they save her and she's fine and happily ever after. But with the Gears of War storyline and how crazy it is, it's hard to say if they would have a happily ever after. And this is just one thing I just want to discuss real quick with you guys, because this is coming up soon. We're going to be getting Gears 5 pretty damn soon, and I'm going to be making a walkthrough of this game, of course, alongside gameplay videos of Pop and Tactics. But yeah, guys, just want to make this quick video discussing the New Hope facility, the chance of us going to Mount Kadar, and also the chance of Kait betraying us in Gears 5. But you guys, if you guys like this video, please definitely hit that like button and subscribe and tell me what you guys think about this whole discussion video. If you guys like it, definitely also hit the notification bell so every time I upload a video, you guys can go ahead and see it right away. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see my most recent Gears of War video, hit that link on the left. If you want to see any of my other content, hit that link on the right. Thanks for watching, guys.